Hey y'all, my name is Patrick or PJ Walsh. I'm a rising senior at the University of Utah. And I'm majoring in multidisciplinary design with an emphasis on interior architecture. And this is my recorded interview. Um, Getting into it, what are some experiences that you've had that would contribute to a positive team experience? Environment. The first one that comes to mind, I worked as a kind of everything man at a local clam shack ice cream joint on the south coast of Massachusetts, where I grew up. And this was a really small operation, so I kind of just learned to be like really flexible, really expendable. With the flow of that kind of thing, there's a lot of down hours where I would be, scraping grease off of the floor of the food truck. And then, my boss would pop their head in the window, say like, hey, it's really picking up. We could use somebody on dishes. So I'd have to, drop that for a second, go back inside, do some dishes for a little bit, be like, hey, we need more coleslaw. Could you like mix up a new batch? And then, transition to that really kind of getting into that like rhythm of pivoting and just going with the flow of, what they needed from me. And I feel like, especially in a place like a climbing gym, that can be really valuable. There's a lot of jobs that need to be done, and with such a large campus, I'm sure it can be really hard to, have enough staff to have everybody do all of their tasks to completion. So I think that just that like expendability that I've learned, and that flexibility to pivot, would be really, really valuable. What does great customer service mean to you? I think, especially in this kind of world where, it seems like 2 out of 3 establishments have like a self checkout option. I can go to Smith's and have my whole experience there, and not talk to, a single person. And I think that because of that, people have become a bit shy of, talking to a real person, going up to an employee saying like, hey, like, I need help with this. I'm trying to find this. And I think that it's really important with, more people being more shy of that to have this really welcoming presence, especially, the people manning the front desk. A lot of people are coming in and they might be totally new to their fitness journey, and just being like, oh, I'm looking to get started with this. And then, just kind of as like the employee, just making it as easy as possible for them. Again, like, hey, like, that sounds great. Like, let me help you with that. I think that's what it was like when I was signing up for the front. I just went in and said, hey, like, I'm looking to to get a membership. And, pretty much immediately they were like, all right, great. Like, you're gonna watch this video and then like come back here. You're gonna want to download the Pebble app and do this, this, and this. And it was just super seamless. It really just felt like all the questions that I had were being answered before I even asked them. And I think that really stands out in my mind as like the epitome of just like really great customer service. Sorry. Tell us something about yourself, goals, etc. I'd say when it comes to goals, especially right now, kind of on a personal side, I'm a cyclist at the University of Utah. I'm the team captain of the road team. And my biggest goal right now, kind of for the next year, is competing for the national championship title next spring. And I think that really speaks to kind of my just general drive. I want to be fighting at the front. I want to see these tasks to completion. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like to, be competing at the highest level. And I think also kind of through that cycling experience, I've really just enjoyed that community building aspect. I go to these races all over the country, whether it's Bloomington, Indiana, or College Station, Texas. And I'm meeting all these new people and kind of getting to like bond over this shared experience. And that's been like really valuable to me. And it's kind of just like taught me the like absolute importance of community building, because that's something that I felt with the climbing community too. I mean, coming to Salt Lake City as a freshman at the U. I just was instantly able to find people through climbing. Kind of following that thought, what is your relationship with climbing? I'd say that this was the question that I thought about the most, as I've been kind of processing these questions over the past day or so, and kind of like thinking about my answers. And because it's been a really kind of undulating, cool journey. I started climbing my senior year of high school. It was right in COVID, and restrictions were starting to lift. And me and my brother had been kind of just really cooped up all summer, all spring, and we needed to move and do something new. And he had done a little bit of gym climbing when he was in college, and he was like, "Hey, like we should like try this out." So we went to this local gym just a couple towns away, and that like very same day, I got a membership because I just loved it so much immediately. I've always loved problem solving and athletics. I was a hockey player. Like I said, I'm a cyclist now. So I just kind of have always loved to move and compete, or just move and have fun. And right off the bat, climbing was just like that thing that I could, sit and chew on a problem for hours or weeks, even if it was really stumping me. And it was so satisfying, especially in those like early days, to like be trying and trying and trying, and then like I have that breakthrough, and get the boulder. When I got more into like rope climbing, kind of like the feeling of like seeing a project through. So that kind of like really passionate love for climbing carried me through my gap year, where I was all over the world. I got to do some climbing in the Cascades, in Italy, and then into my freshman year at the U. I actually met all of my current roommates through the campus climbing gym, because it was just so easy to bond over this common like obsession. And then I'd say after freshman year, I was starting to get really into my cycling, and that just really took over my life. So I was climbing less and less and less, and I didn't really realize it immediately at the time, but it was kind of just leaving this hole a bit empty. I wasn't getting to like do that like really physical problem solving. Cycling is very straightforward. And then it wasn't until this past winter where I was starting a lifting regimen with my coach, and one of my roommates was like, "Hey, like I've been going to the front. They've got like a really great lifting facility. Like you should check it out." So I kind of took him up on that and started going there. Got a membership, and pretty instantly kind of started to like fall back in love with climbing, because he would be going a couple days a week, and I would go, "Oh yeah, no, I'll tag along, I'll climb," and just like that, like instant attraction that I had, that senior year, really started to come back, which is really cool, and I kind of got to experience it from a new angle, having taken so much time off of it. And I'd say ever since then, I've just been like getting more and more back into it. So it's been a really cool experience. Anyways, thank you so much for this opportunity. If there's anything else you guys need from me, please let me know. I'm very passionate about climbing, and I love the front. I would absolutely love the opportunity to work with you guys. Thank you.